Yeah, so I believe LeBron deserves all the credit. I think we had this conversation because LeBron James willed his team. Well, I remember in the last playoff, it was something they said that he had to do that he's never done. Was been a 13th seed, I believe, and also, I think because he won a scoring title, nobody's ever won a scoring title and won a championship. Obviously, because they couldn't pass it. But, yes, for him to win a scoring title, to be a 13 seed, and also to win a championship, LeBron wins all the credit. And I think that's really, really a bad matchup for the Nuggets because Joker keeps the ball in his hand. So we got big bodies for the Lakers, Key. Big bodies. We can throw about 5, 6 bodies at him, Key. And I don't believe they don't got a chance. So LeBron deserves all the credit. He knows how to drive. He knows how to play the radio and bebop like my boy Jay Weir right now on TV. You know what I'm saying? So, when you know how to drive and play the radio, man, the sky's the limit. And then he's got 2 sons coming in right behind him. I don't even think Jordan did that, man. So LeBron deserves all the credit on and off the court, man.
All right. Well, I think we're going to let you go now and mention Jordan. That's going to.
Also, if he got the 2 sons in there, everything.
that'll turn, though, Jay.
I mean, he ain't wrong about the bodies you can throw at Jokic.
Well, that's what I said. You just throw everybody at him and use
But Key, you made
one
of the best points too about throwing LeBron on Jokic as a primary defender as well, because their games are actually kind of similar. I mean, Jokic will try to bully ball him, but once again, you can defend Jokic if I know I have AD behind me who can block out the sun, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can stay down on all those ball fakes. AD can come over the top. That can lead to transition points. So
he could try to bully him, but LeBron's so solid,
he's
right?
strong,
He's strong. He might weigh more than LeBron and bigger than LeBron overall, but LeBron is like still just planted somewhere. So it's gonna be hard to just move him.
Jokic is a load in the paint, though. Like, he's a lot. He is a lot. That's why LeBron's basketball IQ in high leverage moments, too, can't be ignored. And to me, the Lakers are at a disadvantage. The Nuggets have more firepower. If the Lakers win, it's going to be because LeBron James outthought Jokic when it mattered most.
why do we say the Nuggets have more firepower?
Because they have
keep
3
that,
guys.
though,
Because I understand D'Angelo Russell, to me, is, if you're saying as a shooter, as a guy who can get hot suddenly, D'Angelo Russell's more streaky than Porter Jr., I think. Porter Jr. as a third scoring option is really dangerous. Dangerous in a way that no one on the Lakers is. That's why I think they have the advantage.
I'll take our third guy, whichever one you want. If you want to say Reeves is our third guy as a scorer, if you want to say D'Lo's our third guy as a scorer, I'll take him. I mean, that to me, if I could split them down the middle and make one, that's good, Jay.
I mean, look, if you're saying Jamal Murray has a chance to be edgy. I love the way he plays. Like, that's a great matchup for whoever decides to guard him on the Lakers side. But if you're looking at this more firepower, Michael Porter Jr., I get he averaged 14.5 points a game, and he could light up. He shot great
17.5.
What?
Porter Jr.
I'm talking about in the postseason.
Oh, in the playoffs, okay.
In the postseason. So he can shoot it. Aaron Gordon is a guy that shot the ball throughout the course of the season. Good defender. KCP can knock down shots. It's kind of even across the board, man. D'Lo can score in a variety of different ways. Austin Reeves is putting in work. Like, Dennis Schroeder's a guy that can score. So it's not like it's lopsided.
No,
like,
I wouldn't say it is lopsided, but I would say where there's an advantage, it goes to Denver. That's the reason they're favored. I think that's the reason they're favored.
From somebody who's watched a lot of Denver games this year, trust and believe me, throughout the course of the season, who's been on Denver, who's been trying to talk to you about Denver for most of the year, I hear what you're saying, but I'm trying to tell you it's kind of even. It's not. It's like, oh, they just have more firepower.
Would you agree with the odds that the Nuggets are not quite 2-1 favorites? They're like 1.5 to 1
I also
favorites.
think have home court advantage goes a long way in these playoffs, and that's it's a mile high city. So like that once again.
Who are you picking to win the series?
I don't know, man. It's kind of a toss up for me right now. I think I slightly might favor Denver, but it's a toss up.
Greco in Queens, you're on KJM.
Greg,
morning.
what's happening, man?
Morning.
Yeah, I'm here. Key, I'm with you, man. Like, we won't have nothing to worry about. I mean, we got something to worry about in Denver as far as the altitude, I believe. But I think what Jay said, I forget who mentioned putting LeBron on Jokic would do some, significant damage as far as LeBron's side. He's not going nowhere, and Joker can't jump over on the curb or over a jump rope anyway. So he's not leaping out the gym to get over LeBron. So I think that's a good little matchup in D'Lo. And I'm sorry, Jay, you forgot to mention Schroeder is a good defender as well. He can score, but he's a good defender.
You did mention
so
Schroeder.
I think he can slow down Jamal Murray a little bit.
He did
I'm sorry,
mention
was somebody saying something?
Yeah, he did mention Schroeder, actually. Jay mentioned Schroeder.
Yeah, it's all good, though.
And Max, why do you wear suits on this just in with the handsome host at 2:00 and not on our show? Y'all gonna feature me as a
It's a
co-host.
radio show. I'm going to wear a suit to a radio show?
Why not
I'm
on
saying,
our show, though, Vax?
Because I'm
Right?
not going to wear a suit to a radio show.
Who doesn't want to get dressed up when it comes to
Yeah,
our
by the
show?
way, I got a collared shirt. You see anyone else with a collared shirt around here?
You feel what I'm saying, though, Greco? On our show, me, you, and Jay, Max don't never dress up. At least Jay every now and then throw a shirt and tie on.
Yeah, he does, and now he look like the burglar, like you said, or the bank robber, like you said, with the hat on.
I mean, Jay is
I'm in bank robber
undercover.
mode right now.
Jay is undercover. Key's coming from a basketball game. I got a collared shirt on at least. Don't sell the Jay. 100% you're going to Central Bookings. 100% you're going to Central Bookings. Josh in the Bronx, you're on KJM ESPN Radio.
What's up with the best morning show out there, baby?
What's popping, man?
What's going on? Hey, listen, man. LeBron deserves all the credit. He definitely does, at this point. But it comes down to execution at this time of the season. So I need to see Game 6 LeBron in Boston where he's taking his headband off, and it's just about getting buckets. I don't think they stack up well against Denver or Boston if they get past Denver. I'm taking every guard on both of those teams over D'Lo and Mike Beasley. It just is what it is. So for LeBron to get to this point at the season, at this point, at this stage, with this team, I think is beautiful, is remarkable, especially with the scoring title. But it's that these guys got to step up, and they have that lethargic play that's inconsistent that I don't think you can do at this time of the season when it's about a final win.
See, the crazy thing about it, Jay, is Josh is saying he take any guard that's out there in the playoffs over our guards. Okay, name recognition, not a problem. All NBAs, not a problem. I understand that. But when you are a role player, you play your role at the level that you can play it at, the highest level. And then that is just like being an all-NBA guy. Because if you're playing at the highest level, you putting in work, you're going to put the pressure on the other team.
In your role,
and their
you mean?
players. You feel what I'm saying, Jay?
In your role, you're saying? Like, if you fulfill
Absolutely.
your role as well as it can be fulfilled, you don't
And
need
guess
to be a
what-
super.
and guess what they've been doing, Jay?
But here's the
they've
thing
been
that kid makes it-
fulfilling that role.
You're
That's
fact.
why they where they at.
Preach it.
that
But
is a
also,
good point.
Key, you know what happens sometimes, and this is why I give LeBron and AD credit for, and it's gotten glossed over the last couple of months. So a lot of times when you have role players, their touches are so limited because the plays are focused on the primary players a lot, right? And what's happened more so with the Lakers is LeBron and AD have allowed the role players to carry a lot of the load in a lot of the ways, like from a playmaking perspective.
Austin
and
Reeves,
that is so
D'Angelo
important because now all of a sudden, my hand's on the rock. I'm getting touches. I got a lather. I feel the game differently instead of all of a sudden now, end of the game, now you're asking me to do it when you've been dominating the ball so much.
Also,
throughout the course of the game.
you're putting them in a position where they have to make decisions, so they're mentally engaged in a different way because they're making decisions with the bat. Austin Reeves, D'Angelo Russell are making decisions with the ball, right?
I got a lather, man. I got a rhythm. I understand the pace of the game. I'm in tune with the game. With all of a sudden down the stretch, I'm more apt to make a play or have the moxie to take that shot because I've had the ball in my hands before. Just going to tell you, it's the worst feeling when you don't touch the rock throughout the course of a game, and all of a sudden you're supposed to swing kick comes your way. You're like, this is my second shot of the game, and I'm supposed to make it. It's a really
or you're
weird
a
feeling.
bum. That's what you're here for. You got to make that shot.
One job.
Hey, have the Heat and the Lakers already proven the bubble was no fluke just by getting back to the conference finals? Tune in tonight for Game 1 of the NBA Western Conference Finals. The Nuggets host the Lakers, presented by Indeed. Coverage begins at 8 p.m. Eastern on most ESPN radio stations and on Sirius XM Channel 80. Or do the Heat and the Lakers need to make the finals to shut people up about the bubble? 4 teams left. Jay gives us his best players left in the playoffs. That's coming up, KJM.
Don't you point at me.
Fresh off knocking out the defending NBA champion Warriors, the Lakers head to Denver to face the top-seeded Nuggets in the Western Conference Finals. Game 1 of the Nuggets and Lakers, presented by Indeed. Coverage begins tonight at 8 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN. You can also listen on the ESPN app and on Sirius XM Channel 80. This is Keyshawn, J. Will, and Matt.